Hello and welcome back to Today in the NBA, where we are going to be going over day one of Summer League. First up, we've got the Lakers versus the Heat. Now, I only really want to talk about Jalen Hood-Schifino here, as he was the only real notable player here, other than the second-year players like Nikola Jovic and Max Christie. First off, Jalen Hood-Schifino definitely struggled shooting the ball. He did look like a good passer, but the thing that I liked about him most was he played at his own pace and he didn't let anyone speed him up. I think this is a big thing that helped him to be a good passer in this game. Even though he only had 4 assists and had 3 turnovers, I still think that he was a pretty good facilitator this game. And another bright spot about him was he played great defense. He was even playing the power forward position, so that was good to see that he is able to defend up a few positions. Next up, we have the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Memphis Grizzlies. To start off, I thought Gregory Jackson II was pretty good. He was a good scorer. I think it was 10 points on 4 for 8 from the field and 1 for 3 from 3. He didn't play great defense, which is why he had a plus-minus of -9. But still, I do think he was very good, especially what you get out of the second round pick. Now, the big surprise was Vince Williams Jr., who was a mid-second round pick from last year. He shot the ball very well and was the leading scorer on that Grizzlies team that just managed to win the game. There was no one that really stood out on the 76ers. There were a few players that got a bit of points, but none of them were very efficiently. Of course, there was Kenny Lofton, who always manages to go off whenever he gets minutes. And how can I talk about this game without talking about David Roddy, who hit 4 threes, hit the game winner, and blocked an attempted game-winning 3 from the 76ers. Next up, we have the San Antonio Spurs versus the Charlotte Hornets. To start off with, Brandon Miller has definitely struggled. He wasn't scoring very well and he was fouling quite a bit on defense. I'm looking at the game now where the third quarter has only just begun and he's already got 6 fouls. Luckily in Summer League you do get 10 fouls before you foul out, but still. I thought Nick Smith Jr. and James Bouknight on the Charlotte Hornets, however, both played very well. James Bouknight didn't get a lot of shots this game, but when he did shoot, they went in. Now, Nick Smith was pretty good. He wasn't hitting his jump shots very much, but his floaters were going in and he was getting downhill and attacking the rim. Also, he was a pretty solid defender this game. Now, the big surprise of the game is Julian Champagnie and Dominique Barlow. As I'm recording this right now, Julian Champagnie has only played 20 minutes. He's already got 24 points and he's hit 5 threes. He's played very well. He's also played very solid defense and he has the highest plus-minus on the team, tied with Dominique Barlow, at plus 23. Now for Dominique Barlow, he's only taken 9 shots, but he's made 8 of them. Next up, we have the Utah Jazz versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Versus the Utah Jazz. To start off, Chet Holmgren, who we haven't seen in a very long time, did start the game struggling, but since then he's really turned up. I'm currently looking at the game. It's nearly finished. I think 4 minutes left in the fourth. He has 14 points, 7 boards, and 4 blocks. Very impressive. Next up, Jalen Williams, out of Santa Clara, I believe, has 21 points. He's cooking. He's been amazing. The Jazz haven't really been able to stop him. And of course, we can't talk about this game without talking about Trey Mann. Absolute insane poster, and he's been a great shooter, going 4 for 8 from 3 and 16 points. Next up for the Jazz, Ochai Agbaji, their first round pick that they got from the Cavaliers last year. 17 points, hasn't been scoring that efficiently, but he's been shooting from the 3 very well. Keontae George has 13 points. He's managed to get to the line quite a bit, which is quite good, although he is not scoring very efficiently on 5 for 14 from the field. Sadly, neither Taylor Hendricks nor Casey Wallace have played in this game, but hopefully we do get to see them later on in the Summer League. And now with the last game of the day, we had the Sacramento Kings versus the Golden State Warriors. To start off with, for the Warriors, Brandon Podziemski was alright. He was a solid rebounder. His passing was alright. He had 6 assists, but he also had 4 turnovers. The real star for the Warriors was Lester Quinones, an undrafted second-year player. He had 26 points on 62.5% from the field and from 3, along with 4 boards and 2 assists. He played very well. For the Kings, no surprises, Keegan Murray dominated, and Neemias Queta, like he does every year, looked incredible on the defensive end. The surprise for the Kings was Jordan Ford, another undrafted player. He had 18 points on 6 of 8 from the field and 3 of 3 from both the free throw line and 3. Overall, this game was pretty inconsequential, but it was still a good watch. Anyway, that does it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.